Yep, it's now.
Boy.
And greetings, everyone. This is Great Reek here once again with Farah.
Hi. Other people might be joining, or they might not. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's only really gonna be you and Matt, because I think Dell doesn't want Fire Emblem stuff.
Okay.
Seems to be hyper focused on Dark.
Boy. I mean, he's been talking FE stuff, but I guess he just didn't want to stream it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway,
How is that playthrough going, by the way?
of Dark Deity, I'm on chapter 14 right now.
Ah, right, that one. The one I didn't like because it felt like empty backtracking, whereas Dell loved it.
I have not done chapter 14 yet. I just finished chapter 13 where I got Ren.
Oh yeah, I remember liking chapter 13 on the whole. Or I think it was one of the better maps anyway.
It was pretty good, all things considered. But, since we've got a bit of time, I asked people all around Discord, my group, Fire Emblem in general, to vote on proficiencies for the Ashen Wolves and good old Anna. So,
Okay.
first things first, I'm gonna see what Yuri's first thing based off proficiency or hidden talent. Looks like he's going with reason based off his talents.
Yeah.
And Yuri's other stuff, swords and brawling.
Ooh. Mortal Savant Yuri? Potentially?
Yeah, Mortal Savant Yuri, basically, yeah. So, something that isn't completely fucked, but, you know, not everything has to completely fuck me over.
Yeah.
And next is Balthus. See if Balthus actually got any.
He's just... I looked at it. It's... it's about what you'd expect.
Oh.
It's, for proficiencies, he's got armor. And then for, other focuses, it's brawling.
Okay, then fuck it. I'm just gonna go all out. Axes.
Yeah.
So, Armor Knight Balthus.
Yeah.
Happy. Happy's got, based off proficiency, axes. And nothing, so I'll let you pick the other stuff.
Picking two? Or...
You're picking two because no one voted on the other happy poll.
You know what? I'm just gonna say, authority and flying. Why not? Let's get some, wyvern... see if we can get, like, a wyvern happy or something.
Okay, let's do that.
Have a little fun with it.
Also, hello Marco and hello Major. Great to see you guys. Sorry I didn't mention you guys till now. I'm just looking through the straw poll. Okay, Constance. I hope someone voted on. Otherwise, I'm letting you choose. Okay, based off of Constance's proficiency, Spara, which are sword, brawl, reason, authority, and flying, choose one.
Okay. Everyone chooses brawling just because brawling is funny, but I'm gonna go with swords because why not?
All right. Constance's other. Okay, so everything else. You can just everything else. Just pick two.
I'll be nice and go for lances and flying. Maybe get like a falcon knight in here or something.
Alrighty. Like, okay, yeah, nobody voted on the Anna one. So, off of her proficiencies are sword, axes, bows, faith, and writing. Pick one.
Gotta go with bows here.
Okay. And probably no one voted on the other thing either. Oh, one vote for axes. Okay.
Yep.
So,
And
bow,
good.
axes, and I'll let you pick one.
Once again, I'll be nice and go authority. I was gonna say axes anyway.
Okay.
Get some of that warrior action in here.
So, yeah, those are our peeps for now. But, so, looks like audience selection's kind of been flopped.
Yeah.
But that happens, it's all good. I'll
Yeah.
try not to have that big a breakdown over it. I save that for off stream.
Fair enough. Okay.
No, I'm gonna rest just so that I can get others focused on it, because everyone's low on their.
Yeah, and a lot of people have pretty. At least from what I remember, a lot of people have pretty weird secondary options too, so it'll be good to get their skills up in those. So you don't have to like flounder around in the low ranks for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it took us 5 minutes, but we're finally getting through.
Yep.
I'm just going to start with Marianne. I'm gonna start with the people that have a thing. So, Lance's. Her, she's got Lance, Reason, and Faith. So, and all of those are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could go Lances just to try to get the hidden talent going.
Yeah.
Hello,
Oh, hey, Matt. There you are.
my darling.
Hey, yo, Matt. Great to see you here.
Hey, speaking of honey and darling, hey, Marianne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just carried in 3 gallons of Hawaiian Punch and 4 gallons of Dr. Pepper, along with 4 large monsters and.
Why are you carrying the recipe for diabetes?
Why do you have monsters? Like,
They're not for me.
okay.
Those are for my
Actually,
grandma.
I was going to say, I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Okay, what the fuck?
What?
They're for your grandma.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Okay.
I get weird looks at the dollar store whenever I buy them for her too. So.
Yeah, it's monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who just
The
loves
drink.
Monster. I have a friend of mine who will drink Monster coffee.
That sounds disgusting.
It looks. It really does. I really think so, but he just kind of doesn't. And everyone makes fun of him for it, but he just keeps doing it. He'll just hang it out in person. Just show up with a fucking big can of Monster coffee.
Why?
I don't know.
Ugh. People who need energy drinks to function are an inferior species.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm getting it.
That, 'cause that's one.
I've learned a lot. I've learned.
Like, I don't need caffeine to function, but I do need it to be a
I
good
will master
person.
this.
I mean,
So,
I don't really need caffeine, and I get the people
yeah.
calling Reason and Max. Focus on that reason a bit, Caspar. Just feels.
So, I see this playthrough is competing with Steven's current Three Houses playthrough.
I mean, I did
Yeah.
let audiences choose, or in this case today, because nobody voted Bulls. Mara.
Letting me choose, yeah.
Mm.
Although I was on the whole pretty nice with the choice.
Yeah.
I think that's weird. I think is Wyvern happy.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Bows, flying axe. A bow and... Yeah, Claude's pretty generous.
So yeah, Matt, I think we're going on the route of never all of them, but Wyvern happy, Falconite Constance, and Warrior Anna.
Yep,
Hog.
yeah, pretty much. Right, Lorenz is reason armor fighting.
Warrior Anna could choke me with her thighs.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I love how that's your response to that.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Roll armor fighting. Oh. Fighting, there we go. Ignots, I'm just trying to remember all their shit. Axes, bows, axe three. Good. Okay, I gotta get these guys set on their paths though. So, Anna, get to Get some axes going. And let's focus on your authority a bit. That's one of the... Fury.
Chainsaw murder, on a...
Brawl. And reason. And both this armor and brawl. Because, oh, he's armor, axe, and brawl. Axe and armor there. Constance, swords, lances flying. Oh. Lances right there. And happy is axes of axe. 40. And there we go. And grip task, I don't care.
You're still a coward.
Hey, pal.
No, I'm not gonna do that, Balthus. I'm sorry.
We did good out there.
Nosferatu, only 3 houses do it, pussy.
Oh my god.
I think
That'd
I've
be
got the hang of it.
hilarious.
Are you tired of having an attack stat?
Talking about having the game having any level of consistency.
Still got room to grow.
Are you fed up with needing armor or just speed to try to tank things unsuccessfully?
The Nosferatu only blue lions might be the game for you.
Birthday. Not gonna give her flowers because she's not. Run. Plus,
Riek is asshole.
yes. Yes, I am. So. Okay, these are all level. That's level 9, so I'll do that later. But I need to grind my units just a little. Because they're a bit low.
Thank you very much.
And much like echoes, do count towards the deaths and shit, so.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much.
Man, my current Echoes run is wild.
Yeah, you have so many you have so many people in their top class.
I have Priestess May in Act 2.
Yeah, and did you have like a bow knight in Alms Route?
Oh, I had Gold Knights in Alms Route.
Right, that too.
Well, 1 Gold Knight, because I didn't make anyone a Cavalier from the villagers.
Mhm.
But yes, I had 2 Bow Knights, a Dread Fighter, 2 Barons. Basically, I got everyone to their last class before overclass that I could.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? What do you need? Why?
I don't need them, that's why.
Alright. Gotta visit.
Because I'm gonna go knock, knock, you motherfucker, to doom them, and then show up with a full squad of overclassed units.
Silas doesn't need this.
There.
I'm gonna. Real quick, I'm gonna go to the inventories. Just,
It's just a whole new level of fuck you to Duma. Is the thing.
all.
Indeed.
Unless reason, faith, and doesn't really give her weapons. Marianne is lances. She's got lances and her faith. Good. Ignots.
Yeah, no, that's in her face. Yes.
Lysithia is reason, armor, faith. But she's got her magic spells, so it doesn't matter. She has Leonie is using bows. Okay, that's good. Hilda is using axes. Making sure that everyone's well armed.
You know, I love how monks in, like, all of fantasy are either pacifists or D&D monks.
Yeah. Pretty much. Caspar has brawling, reason, and axe. Let's put an axe on his ass.
I feel like that would be an ineffective place to hold an axe for combat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like, Matt, you're correct. Though. It's like they're Atla monks where they're pacifists, but they can still kick your ass if they really wanted to, and they just don't. And then there's just D&D monks who will just kick your ass.
D&D monks Or don't fuck with D. Really don't. Like just straight up.
Unless you're the DM.
In Monastery, you do not fuck with Monk. Monk fucks with you.
Yeah, pretty much. Alrighty. And you guys can see everything just fine?
Yep.
Alrighty, let's begin this practice battle.
Who, me?
Oh, almost 20 minutes into the fucking stream and we're getting into the first fight.
Yeah, it's called Three Houses.
Oh, I don't have any spells.
Stay focused.
Uh-oh.
So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to stick with swords for just a little.
I mean, hey, I'd stick with swords for quite a while. He's very nice.
Nice.
I don't know what it is about eating French fries with gravy that makes me a sarcastic asshole.
Ready
I mean,
anytime.
that's Canadian. Are you sure you're not secretly Canadian?
Yeah?
Big knots. Now he can promote.
I mean, considering I've never watched a single hockey game in my life.
Are you sure
Put me
about
in there.
that? Ooh,
I also... Oh.
God, that feels so weird.
The magic Caspar, what are you gonna do?
Time to
Yeah.
see
That, I don't know why, but that just was hilarious to me. Just,
I owe you one.
Caspar just magic.
Cursed Fire Emblem
I'll
images.
give it my all.
Blame the audience for that shit. Alright, gonna be extra careful. Ooh, a training belt plus. Got that, he'll do that. Okay, Sylvain.
You know, I was about to reference, like, the We Are Legion thing from the, Echoes playthrough.
Let's get to
But
it.
for some reason it came out as, like, the Farmer's tune.
Wait, what?
It was We Are Legion! Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. And now I'm just applying that to, like, the Legion in New Vegas.
I said Sparrow. I meant Matt. The
I
hell?
got this.
J.K. Simmons is now Legion.
Who, me?
The Kaiser would like to speak with you.
I can do full save. Nice.
Homie, I just shot Benny in the back of a van. What the fuck does the Kaiser want to do with me?
God, all that reminds me. There's this YouTuber I've watched called Artie's World. Heard of them? They basically do
Nope.
parodies of shit. And one of the things they did was Good Olympics. That just came out today. And one of the events was drive-bys. The first event was drive-bys.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lucian mains, stand up! Okay, I realize Steven's not here, so no one's gonna get that, but...
Yep.
I get it, though.
I don't.
I don't even play League, but I get it.
There's a champion named Lucian. He was the first black champion in League.
Oh, God.
And his ultimate, he chooses a direction, and then he fires his two guns in that direction, and gets to move in any direction, but he still points in the same direction. So the running joke is they really deadass gave the first black champion a drive-by as his ultimate.
Oh no.
God. Things they
Damn it, League.
Things they didn't think through.
Granted, then they added his wife, who's hot, so...
Ah, okay, so...
But everyone also hates her, because, dear God, she's annoying to play against.
I was gonna say, they finally gave League players a fantasy. Good fantasy. Someone that'll love them.
Oh no, we've had that for a while, it's just... not in the form we wanted.
I bet.
Do the archers have 3 range already? I forget.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I think they do.
I'm a little worried about Caspar then. The AI might be big stupid. Who knows?
Right, let me check their skills.
Yeah, bow range +1.
Yeah,
Caspar.
we might be in a slight bit of
Maybe though.
danger.
Let's see, this is Three Houses. They might just miss entirely, or they might just be stupid and suddenly change their AI and not go for him.
We've got Casp.rar, but they're about to use WinZip.
Oh no. It's
That's quite the reference.
I feel like that's like the more literal you make that, the more graphic it gets.
Oh dear, maybe I was too lazy.
That's the definition of software gore. I got the pity chuckle. Worth it.
You
Alright.
self-deprecating after a bad joke is oftentimes funnier than the initial joke.
Yeah, but he didn't laugh at the self-deprecation. He laughed at the initial joke.
Just checking something. Okay, she won't die if I go and heal.
Okay, I deadass thought that you were dealing 0 damage to that guy with Lysithia using magic.
Oh, it was.
I was like, what the sweet and savory McFuck?
No, this guy doesn't have the res of fucking Jesus, pity fucking Christ.
What did Arvis get in 3 houses?
Defense and okay.
Is his defense growth like 15%?
No, defense growth is pretty good, all things considered.
After all the crits I've been getting with Path of Radiance Ironman today, I saw the 6% and I got really. Oh!
Okay, he blocked off
AI,
the
big
gun.
stupid! Let's go!
Yeah.
AI doesn't understand how targeting works.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Just gonna keep track of this by putting never punish counter 1 in the chat.
Never.
Still raring to go.
Okay, no. Not.
You know, I sent a video to the group chat earlier, which was like medieval Twitch streamers.
I think I saw that, but I didn't watch it.
Alright, Caspar,
Like-
you did a good level.
All I could think of for that was like Sylvain just doing a Twitch stream in the middle of the war.
He would be the one to do that, all things.
I feel like Sylvain would be the kind of guy that would like ironically make clickbait videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get ya.
He'd be like confronting my best friend about her racism, gone sexual, gone wrong.
Oh god.
Oh
It
no.
could get rough.
As
Gotta love that high 0 training bow damage.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
It's beautiful.
The party is now D rank.
Brings a tear to my eye.
I thought you said something was pretty high.
No.
Alright, Sylvain.
If something was hurting his eye that sounded like tear when said, I'd be concerned that a one-armed man was just sexually assaulting
Oh
fucking
god.
Spara.
Oh no.
I really hope you get that. I think Spara does, at least.
I get it.
Okay, good.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
I don't get it, but
Tyr was the one-armed god in Norse mythology.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Let's rot to that bitch.
God. Three Houses. The AI is absolutely dumb at times, but still manages to be smarter than Talius AI.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Anything is smarter than Tellius AI.
Talius AI is just so confusing. Like,
Elias
Like there has to be a randomizer in there somewhere for Tellius.
yeah, no, I mean, it's like, okay, so I was doing Path of Radiance earlier. I was in the map where you first meet Alincia, and there's like the final group of enemies, I put Gatry at the edge of the range, so he would, like, you know, bait in a hit or two. Moved Titania forward, had her hand axe the boss. All the enemies attacked Titania and surrounded her, and only once she was surrounded did they go for Gatry.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting to roll this bitch.
Actually, they tried to surround her, but they all died because they all got one-rounded. So, a bunch of them one-rounded themselves, and then some random soldier was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't attack the person who has weapon triangle advantage against me, has been one-rounding all my friends. So they attacked Gatry and got murdered.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Alright. Lysithea and Sylvain. Team up, kill this. Go. Close. So close to that promotion. Kill that guy. Wait, I don't know what it's up with, like, Tellius AI, Path of Radiant specific, because Radiant Dawn AI seems pretty smart.
Radiant Dawn AI is still pretty idiotic at times, but it's noticeably less than the Path of Radiance. Yeah, it's way less noticeably just, I will prioritize the enemy who counters and one-rounds me over anyone else, like
Yeah.
Path of Radiance is. It's a little better than that, but you can still have times, especially in part 4, where the enemy's just like, I have 0 hit on this person. They one-round me. I'm gonna attack them anyway.
Yep, sounds about right.
Is this power really?
Alright.
I think it's coming along.
Tellius AI is just a bunch of suicidal soldiers.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't most Fire Emblem soldiers suicidal? Well,
To an extent, at least.
well, to be fair, like, Path of Radiant soldiers are even...
Mm-hmm.
I'll stick with it.
Path of Radiant soldiers were touched inappropriately by Petrine one too many times.
I don't know why that's just funny to me, but it... Mostly because I'm a fucked up individual.
Yes, you are.
Indeed.
Don't put Lysithea right there, dumbass. Fucking drift ass bitch.
Reminded me of, like,
Don't have time.
that
Oh, she
one
gained
video.
strength.
Oh,
No
cool.
strength and dexterity, no magic. Who needs magic?
Lysithea has, like, the second highest dex cap, and it's weird.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
why not?
the caps in this game are weird.
I like how this
And
feels.
hey, good level up for Sylvain, finally.
Magic.
Oh, right.
You know, the issue with trolling you with the votes was really Sylvain, because it's like, how do you make Sylvain even mediocre?
I mean,
You
that's
just don't. You just don't.
Thank you.
Like, I'm just convinced that it's impossible. Because I could not figure out for the life of me how to do it. Like, the best thing you could really do is make him focus bows, but even then, that doesn't make him bad, it just slows his ascent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the bad thing about, like, some of these characters you just can't fuck over. As much fun as it would be to fuck them over, like Leone. Leone has no weakness. It's like Steven's run of this game.
Is he just, like, not using Leone?
Oh, he's using
He's going
Leone.
blue wire. He is? I
Or-
mean, I haven't
no,
watched
no,
much
he's
of this.
using, no, he's using, Red.
Yeah, he's going blue lions. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My boy, but first, anyway.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a separate thing.
There.
Man, I'm so pissed that my Switch is broken.
Oof. Dang.
That sucks, man. That's rough, buddy.
Because I've been talking about Three Houses with some people recently, and I really want to fucking play it again.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Now, you'd have to fucking try to convince me to not just do another Blue Lions run, but...
That's... You know, at this point, it's getting easier and easier.
I like how.
That's mostly thanks to them. I love them, but I wish their fan base could shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've had my discussion about the Blue Lions. So.
Yeah. Oh, I love them. They're like... Again, I really do have... Like, they are really hide for me.
Like, the only member of the Blue Lions that I'm not really crazy about is, like, Ash.
Same. Oh, hey.
But even then, that's not, like, I dislike Ash at all. Anyway, you were saying?
I was just commenting on the level up of Steed. Why am I getting such shitty level ups?
I don't know.
Speed and shitty do not belong in the same sentence.
It is when it's only 2 stat ups.
On Caspar.
Raphael
He's going
just...
Dark Mage.
Yeah.
He got speed.
Yeah.
And it's Caspar, and he got speed. He specifically.
Nice. Also, I am technically going to be cheating when Phyllis gets the creator because, you know, that's kind of really something.
Yeah.
But it's really going to be a last resort
Yeah.
because, you know, you can't really use it other. Never punish counter one.
Yep. That's staying there, by the way.
Yep. Really? I always make sure. I always keep the note by Nancy.
This. I've learned.
There.
There's so much.
That. Lane. Faith armor. Lane is faith.
Wow.
Ye olde Baron Sylvain out here.
Yep. If you know, Baron should have been a class in this.
I seriously,
See classes, yeah.
I seriously think that Baron and Master Knight could have very easily been in this game.
Yeah.
Like, this is the one game where they wouldn't just bust everything in half just by existing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Man, I feel like Baron's absence is definitely missed more than Master Knight, though. Because
Yeah.
you don't really have an armored mage,
Yeah, and it'll.
but you do have, like, cav mages and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't really have, like, normal cav mages until DLC
That's it.
in form of Valkyrie. Because Dark Knight and Holy Knight just come so fucking late.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that there should have just been a Mage Knight, like, advanced class.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks for the tip. Oh,
E rank.
I'm a quick study.
What this game didn't fucking need, though, was goddamn fucking flying mage.
No, it didn't. But we got that anyway.
I like the Dark Flyer in this game, it was just unnecessary.
Yeah. God, those things are good. Good.
Like, it's like an Awakening, we all knew it was broken because of Gale Force, and Fates, from what I understand, like, Malignite is still an insanely good class.
Yeah.
Because flying mage.
Yeah, the only issue with Malignite is that there's just not a lot of good Wyvern riders that can use it.
Yeah.
Because Camilla is just better as a Wyvern Lord.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just stuff real quick. I have a long list right here. Axe. Good. Armor. Faith. Faith. Heavy armor. Trying to make sure that I give them all the folks that are needed attention. Yeah, whatever. That one. Oh, Lance Flanks. Vein. Veins. Faith and armor. That's good. Okay, I got every.
Hey, pal.
I could do that. This is that. Well, if this is Axe and Brawl, and if I decide, but even if I do Master Fortress Knight, I can put him into Master anyway.
Yep.
Experience is
Along with just negating all of the fucking weight from
There's so
any
much left
fist
to learn.
weapon.
I'm really getting
Yeah,
the hang
pretty
of this.
much.
Mastery is within my. Guess
You know, it's so funny seeing Anna in like an actual gameplay screen because I just don't recruit her anymore.
Really?
I wish she was better.
We're doing this explore so that at the start of the month I can. At the start of the month I. Yeah. Doing the exploring so that at the start of the month I have all of like students at the max. So all I do really for this last one is just stuff their fucking face. That way they have max focus for them, so that I can focus, so they don't have to rest or anything else.
I did not expect much. This
No.
It's always funny to me when people use rest for anything other than all my students are at full motivation. I have nothing else to do this month.
Fair.
I like
Because, like, I don't use the Sword of the Creator enough for that to really matter.
Yeah. I
Like,
just,
even when I am doing Sword Balath or anything.
I mean, even if you just use Sword of the Creator anyway, have enough of, like, the Creator
yummy.
can,
This
like,
looks still-
really, like, fixed by itself without having to rest. Materials for it are actually easy to get.
What materials does it use?
I forget what it is, but it's like one of the easier ones.
Yeah, I remember being like, I haven't played Three Houses in a while, but I remember that one being really abundant.
Is it just
Yeah.
Umbral Steel?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, Umbral... I fucking hate how abundant Umbral Steel is. Like, they couldn't make Woot Steel and Mithril, like, a little easier to get instead.
Just checking to see by last change. I need one. Yeah, one for Ignatz, one for yeah. Marianne. One for Caspar. Crash. Sylvain. And that's it. Okay. It was 6 people, right?
I think so.
Alright, cool.
Worst case scenario, you go back and buy more.
Yeah. But Raphael, the best beefy boy you can be.
What are you made of? Beef.
That's Raphael in a nutshell. He's
All
made
the
of
beef.
beef.
Yeah!
Hey, best promo games in the world.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh,
changed.
yeah. +1 res, hell yeah. The
Best.
Leaf FE5 promotion gains time.
Just because, why the hell not? Never done Monk Ig.
I've still never used Ignatz before.
Really? Oh.
Really?
I always intend to, but every time I'm like, wait, how did I recruit Bernie and how is she level 20 already?
I mean, fair. Fair, I mean, Bernie's precious girls. That's
Perfect
that's Black Eagle. And
It just always ends up like that. I'm like, where the fuck did you come from?
I have a whole bunch. I just realized my party's all monk.
I actually
Beautiful.
'Cause-
Magic man.
This really is just D&D at this point.
Yeah, because the Caspar the monk.
Yes.
So you are doing Dark Mage Caspar, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
The like hilariously meta usage of Caspar.
Why is it? Oh, he gains
Oh, yeah.
4 magic from it.
Nailed it.
Nice. Because Caspar's big focuses are brawling, reason, and axe. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dark Mage Caspar is just really funny.
I'm not really using any weapons that are associated with this class. I'd rather not waste an item. You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And Sylvain. Oh, I need one more. And then we can go on to the next map.
You know what I think could be a fun idea for FE17?
What?
What if they did, like, instead of, like, a straight-up genealogy remake, they did a genealogy-styled game, but it was about the fucking, like, the original war with Saros and Nemesis.
That would actually be interesting.
Like, you got all of the, like, all of the fucking heroes and shit, and you just got a bunch of other cool units that are from the lore of the game.
Yeah. Honestly, that'd be interesting. One of the things that I kind of want that this game kind of made me want because of the rankings and stuff is,
Okay.
like, I'm
No
gonna
big
use
deal,
Berwick, but I would love if horses were a utility instead of just all of these.
It would be cool, because that would allow for, like, oh, you've got A-rank horses, you can use, like, the Imperial War Steed or some shit.
Yes. Oh, another thing, and another thing that could be good with that, you know how you have an armor rank in this game?
Yeah.
Imagine buying armor to equip onto a unit.
Yeah, he's on my mechanics. Fuck.
I'm onto your D&D mechanics.
You are, but...
But yeah, imagine just doing that, and that'd be pretty awesome by itself, you know?
Yeah, like, being able to upgrade specifically, like, heavy armored units and mounted units
Yeah.
based on their ranks in those two stats. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Also just gonna do quick starts. Skip. But yeah.
Because, like, especially with the armored units, you could have, like, move be a give and take.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you could have the, like, mithril plate mail or some shit that reduces your move to 4, but it gives you, like, plus 20 defense.
Yeah.
I'd actually be super down for that one.
Yeah.
Again. You're saying, Spara?
Oh, this was gonna be unrelated, so you can finish up what you're saying first.
But yeah, like, just imagine, like, if we had the unequipable armor, and, like, imagine if you could break Armor Knight's armor. Like, say hammers were, like, just straight up, oh, you have an armor equipped? It's broken now. Fuck you. Like, instead...
I think it would be more interesting if, like, effective weapons like that just dealt, like, effective damage to the armor itself.
Yeah.
So, like, it wouldn't just instantly break it, because otherwise you could get into some shitty situations.
True, but it deals extra damage to the armor itself.
So,
Yeah.
So basically everything would just be like taking the Berwick Zanbato and just making it how all the effectiveness works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Berwick Zanbato, I don't know if either of you guys have encountered it. Actually, no, Riek almost certainly has how much he's played, but yeah, it just deals like double damage. It like ignores the rider's defense when it's dealing damage to horses.
Yeah.
So it basically just deals true damage to horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a cool mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good mechanic, all things.
Like, that would be cool for, like, a rapier mechanic.
Yeah.
But, like, what I meant earlier is I was inspired by Dark Deity's, like, armor system. And I actually did start developing a mechanic for, like, different armor types that you can equip to units in an FE setting.
Alright.
I didn't get very far in it, but... Like, I've done it.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because, yeah, as I said before, like, the rapier would deal true damage to anyone wearing, like, chainmail, basically.
Yeah.
Proceed with caution.
So, this map's gonna be easy, thanks to Catherine.
Yeah, thanks.
I got this.
Thanks, Sword Waifu.
Let's get
Thanks,
to it.
Muscle Girl Kink representative.
Both, she's the Sword Girl representative and the Muscle Girl.
Give it my all.
Like, Petra's got Sword Girl Kink, like, set
Stay focused.
in stone.
No, she's got the Starfire form.
True, but she can have
I
multiple.
stand ready.
Catherine's just leaning more towards Muscle Girl than she is anything else.
True. Also, speaking of,
I am so sorry, Spara.
Farah, I am not sorry.
We all know you two are like
Leave it to
kinky
me.
bitches anyway, so you guys do.
You have no idea, kid.
Ready and willing.
You say that.
Put me in there.
You have no fucking clue, dude.
You have no idea. I was really tempted to be like, dude, I'm older than you.
Don't make me do this!
Catherine is just like, I'm gonna quad this. Quad's the
I was gonna say
Catherine
earlier,
just chooses someone to die.
I was actually thinking about this earlier a bit, and it's interesting that the you know, in FE4 they talked about that whole thing with Sigurd, Quan, and Eldigan being like friends from their academy youth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's interesting that they kind of I mean, I feel like Three Houses, in kind of paying tribute to that whole part, that little backstory from FE4, explores that by having them all be in conflict instead of just one of them being in conflict with the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah, Three Houses was
revisiting that
heavily
idea.
inspired by that.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of see where it comes from. Meanwhile, it's not to the same extent, but Kaga does kind of revisit that idea of like three lords through some like, three major lords of some circumstance become like best of friends through some conflict. He kind of revisits that trio in a little bit in Berwick,
Yeah.
but there it's more like how the trio become friends and how
Yeah.
they learn to work together. So it's interesting that both Kaga and IS revisit the idea, but took totally different perspectives on it.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
is pretty nice, because, if they both visit... Sometimes it feels like IS looks at the Kaga games that Kaga made. IS. And it's just like, yeah.
I mean, that sounds a lot worse than it actually probably is.
Like, I mean...
Because
obviously,
that's competition.
Yeah.
And if you're a company that's not looking at your competition and taking some of the good aspects of that competition into your own stuff,
You're doing something wrong.
yeah, you're not competing correctly in the market.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not... But it just feels like they take stuff long after Kaga's made it. Like, and I'm not saying that Kaga did it better right off the spot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's not, whenever I say Kaga did it first, I'm just bringing up that it feels like this is Kaga came up with first.
Yeah, it doesn't bring the connotation, I guess, that some would put on it that it's automatically better because Kaga did it first.
Yeah. I may be a Kaga fan, but I can admit that some games did stuff better, some games did, like, Kaga Sagas did not. Like, honestly, I still think that FE5 has a better capturing than Fates.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the capturing mechanics in either because it's just
That
it
all?
feels janky to me in Thracia. I don't know why, but I'm not going to get into my whole Thracia debate right now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
and-
get ya.
And then with Berwick, it's once again the thing for me. It's like the stuff I have problems with. Just small tweaks would have made it so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing, I think I can agree with hype and sentiment that if there was ever a Berwick 2, oh my god, it would have been so good.
Yeah, Berwick is one of those games that seem to have a lot of potential, but...
But, you know, it's like its hit rates. It only hits 60% of the time.
Yeah.
You're too kind.
Here.
I'm joking.
Meanwhile, there's just me over in an endgame with Esteban having over 200 hit rate because I'm a fucking maniac.
Yeah, but you're also, you know, ye olde Berwick simp.
Yeah.
I mean, fair. But I think that is an important thing to note too, is that I think it's
What is
there's
your
this whole thing with
personality
Berwick.
trait? What is your personality trait, Svara? I am Kaga simp. More specifically, I suck Reese's cock.
Hey man, Albert.
She keeps getting strength and she isn't gonna need it.
She keeps not getting magic.
Also, can I just say that I love with, like, that they keep to the tone of the chapters and, like, don't have them, like, if it's a super, like, serious chapter, they don't have, like, quotes and shit.
Mhm.
I actually really like that.
What?
Like, okay,
In which game?
in this game,
Okay.
in this
We're
chapter-
actually talking about Three Houses in our Three Houses stream? Oh
What?
my god!
What do you mean? that's lies. That we never talk about this game. This game doesn't exist.
I won't let you
It's a little figment of the imagination.
But yeah, I do get what you mean. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Like, Three Houses does a really good job of keeping tonal shit consistent across maps.
It was very nice to see especially after I've, you know, now that I've experienced shit like FE12, which, oh god, that is a game that does not know what tonal consistency means.
Well, that's because they took everything about FE3 and decided to punch it in the fucking ball sack.
It's just like, I still will not forget that part when you're going into chapter 22, and the game was like, there's a really dark tone here. There's like this primeval roaring coming from below you. Nobody knows what it's coming from. You're going into a place no human has gone before. When you go in, everyone's getting like frozen by the energy. Hey Chris, you want to wear a funny hat?
Yeah.
It's just
The
so
base
terrible.
conversations were not done well.
No, this isn't even a base conversation.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's just the part after the chapter where Ymir's like, "Hey Chris, you want to wear this funny hat? It keeps you warm." And then if you answer yes, then you get this like this scene that's trying so hard to be funny, but isn't at all, between Martha and Chris, where Martha's like, "What are you doing with that hat?" Chris is like, "It keeps me warm," and that's it. And
Yeah.
it's so trying so hard to be funny, but it's not at all, and it just breaks any sense of tone. And then
Yeah.
there's another scene afterwards where you can choose to take it off or leave it on.
Yeah.
And they do
Yeah.
the same thing again, where they try to make it funny, and it's not.
Yeah, that's... one of my biggest issues with games, like, I don't mind when a game tries to be funny, but it needs to be able to keep itself distant. It's one of my biggest issues with another game that people love beloved. If you, like, Matt's been playing it a bit. It's on a 4.
Oh. Yeah, I can tell that. If like the rest of the game is anything like what I've played, yeah, it's gonna have some tonal issues.
Yeah. Like, it has a fair bit of tonal issues that I just have a lot of problems getting past. So, it's one of my biggest hang-ups.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
And
Yeah, God, that was just so bad to see in FE12. I was just like, what in the hell are they doing here? Who thought any of this was a good idea?
I also just think that like having all the stuff you can do in the base also hurts a lot of like the pacing of the game story.
yeah.
I mean, in some places it's fine, but other places it's like, why? There's some places where it's just, they really could have kept the base off for a single chapter,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have worked.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I hate to use Revelation as an example of how to do something really well. But going from chapter 16 to 17
Noble start.
is a really good example because you're not getting a chance to go back to your base and prepare. You're just in.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like bases need sometimes I do like that the tower in Radiant Dawn has a little bit of a base, but at the same time, I feel like it could also work either with or without it. But
but it's unintrusive there.
Yeah,
I think works there.
Yeah, it
In
works
the
there.
tower, it's not like you're constantly fighting or anything, though.
Yeah.
In the
it's a little bit
tower,
downtime.
it's established in the story that you rest on certain spots.
Yes, which is nice, but I'm just saying that they could have done it either way and it would have. Some cases it feels really forced in.
Mm-hmm.
Like FE12's base. Then again, most of FE12's changes feel like an invasive fucking parasite.
Yeah, that's one thing I never really expected I would say, but beyond just the whole Corridor Avatar casual mode stuff, I can really feel the awakening in FE12, and not in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the good, fun, casual part of Awakening, which is
the
why
good, fun, casual part of Awakening.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that kind. It's just.
Yeah, no.
The worst part for me, from a story perspective, is how they basically just entirely replaced Jagan with Chris.
Yeah. That's one of my things. Also, half of the character. Also, we didn't need all those characters.
Yeah, FE3's cast was very well done.
Yeah. Ash.
Because, Reese is just redundant.
Reese is redundant. Also, Medea's, if you paid attention to the story in FE3, Medea's people shouldn't exist. Like Macellin and the two testicle armors.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's established that all of Medea's forces were basically dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the revolt in chapter 19.
Yes. So to just have them there doesn't really fit.
Okay, so I will say one thing to FE12's credit, that it does, at least for a little while, use Chris as a decent excuse to dump some exposition.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, then it just kind of suddenly drops that pretense, and because there's that infamous moment in it's chapter 18, where they're trying to figure out how to get to Arcanea Palace as safely as possible, and then Chris, who, need I remind you, before the war, has never been outside of Altea, and has basically no fucking clue what the outside world is like, because he was basically just Hick Boy, or Hit Girl, depending on which one you pick before then. Suddenly, he knows the geography of the Adria Pass well enough to say that it's the perfect place to take a shortcut, when he shouldn't even know the name of Adria Pass.
Yeah.
Because he's not Arcananian, or he's not Aurelian. He's just
the only thing that could justify that is if it was brought up by Jagan and Chris was like, "Yeah, I read about that."
Yeah. That
and even then, it would be it's Jagan bringing it up.
Yeah, and of course, just the question of why the fuck would Chris read about this one specific mountain pass and not, the lore of the world?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think the story would have just been a million times better if Chris was just a unit you got to customize, and then they just joined in chapter 1, no prologues or anything.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that sounds like there's a PS3 RPG that I love called White Knight Chronicle.
Well, that just sounds like Twitter, but
Okay, well the thing is that you have your MC, but you also create an avatar. The avatar does not speak or participate in the story at all.
yeah.
He's only there for the online mode stuff, but you can still level him up in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think that Chris, I mean, I've talked about this with you at least, Riek, would have been so much better if they were just Jagan's grandchild.
They could have just established that. Yeah, exactly.
Which would also give him an excuse for being so talented.
Yeah, imagine
Because they were trained by fucking Jagan.
And Jagan's a fucking baller, motherfucker. Like,
I'd still love to get a game about, like, Henri and shit.
same.
That has nothing to do with Jagan, I apologize.
Oh, I know, but hey.
That was a weird segue.
No, honestly, I would love more Arcanea games in general, though. Right.
I think there's a real chance they're not going back to, like, Marth's Arcanea outside of remakes. Just out of respect for not going back to Kaga's Worlds outside of remakes.
I feel that. At the same time.
Because that makes sense within the context of Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Of, like, these weren't created by our people. So...
Yeah,
But
no.
I do think that Arcanea would be, like, the one world that they might go back to.
Yeah. Also, I forget that Ash has magic. Oh wait, no, he's a fighter. He's a fighter right now, so he doesn't have magic.
Yep. Yep. But he do have the bow.
Yeah. I can do this.
Ash says, remember, kids, stay strapped or get clapped.
And you know what we're gonna do here? We're going to have Ash kill one of them.
Yep.
I never do a run without doing it.
Hell yeah, patricide.
My rule in Fire Emblem is family kills family. Like Nino kills Sonya.
Well, that's just deserved.
Javier or Johan kill each other. I try my best to have Ishtar killed by either Arthur or Tinny.
I murdered my brother over the puss.
And you know, Arthur and he had to kill Hilda. Like, if they don't, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, also, I will say, though, for Johan and Johavier, it's also perfectly permissible to let Larseg kill the other one.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But yeah. Oh, also I have Jill kill Shiharam. Because, fun fact from what I remember, if you kill Shiharam with Jill, if Jill lands the killing blow, it won't turn.
Yeah, she won't.
Which is awesome. Most times I do that.
I usually just have Stefan walk up and ash him.
Yep. Let Stefan be himself.
Catherine, I need the kills.
Let Stefan break the Vega Cotty.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I still can't get over how fucking... They just went, let's make this unit that's impossible to recruit without a guide.
Yeah.
And then just make him, like, the best goddamn combat unit in the game.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, hands down. Learned Nosferatu.
Cool.
Yeah. Honestly.
Man, I really hope that we get Stefan in Heroes this year.
I would love to see Heroes.
Like, okay, we're probably getting a Tellius banner for the next new Heroes banner.
I mean, the next new Heroes banner coming next month is going to be the UIL.
Yeah, but outside of the Choose Your Legends, we're probably going to get another Tellius banner soon. Because I think it's like FE6 and Tellius are the most, like, are the banner types that have gone the longest without getting a new banner.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Dress tonight. Yeah. Honestly, I remember how everyone was going crazy last year with, ooh, they're gonna do a Tellius remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause the one person who tends to know stuff responded with a fucking single emoji.
Yeah, it's, yeah, Fanny Bomb.
Yeah, if anyone responded with a single emoji, and then everyone thought, oh, Tellius remakes.
Yep. Because
Tellius.
that's how rabid people are. Also, good level up Lorenz.
I mean, I stand by that it's probably not going to be Tellius remakes because that would be a horrible financial decision.
I can agree with that, yeah.
because as much as the Western market makes them, IS makes probably most of their money on the Japanese market.
Oh yeah.
And Japan doesn't care for Tellius all that much.
It really doesn't. No, you're right.
Like,
God.
they still like Tellius, but, you know, FE4 Remake could be like the best-selling game of all time for Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Because of the Japanese market.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to know, like, how much of that, like, Japan loves the era, remember, want to know what, like, the first selling FE game is, like, Japan-wise? Isn't even FE5.
Yeah, it's FE12, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but FE12 is the worst selling across the board.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
FE12,
nobody played FE12.
yeah. But those that did play FE12, like, in Japan, like, didn't care for it.
Yeah, I know that, like, FE3 and 4, in particular, are held in extremely high regard
Okay, he has a
in
job.
Japan.
Yeah.
Just trying.
So,
Perfect.
you're already har. I'm an irate pirate.
I don't have ranged out. Catherine does not go after Nado.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does. Yeah,
I
she,
know, she waits.
she just vibes.
Ambit time.
Aren't you supposed to be helping me, Catherine? Nah, I'm vibing.
Yeah,
Check it out.
friends.
She's just listening to very loud EDM with her, like, fucking Swordsmaster sissy right there.
Hurts. Okay. Cynthia.
Bada bing, bada bonk. Bada bing, bada bonk.
Hey, perfect.
And now Ash can get the kill.
Gotta get that
Hell
photo
yeah.
finish.
Yeah.
God. That was one thing I wasn't expecting when I was Ironmaning VS2, was that one of the scariest bosses in the game. You get an extra scene with him, you kill him with Zaid. And
Really?
normally I can't do that because he's so hard to kill. But in this run, I just used one of the single items I had at my disposal to block that, like, allows the character to gain the anti-crit skill. Let him just ace tank a hit, and was able to perfectly set up the photo finish.
Pug.
Ash's motivation's maxed out because I killed his father. Him. Again, I love. Why does mine load faster than?
Nice work, team.
I'm glad.
Does Steven have his, like, downloaded onto his Switch?
I think so. Mine's cartridge.
Yeah, yours loads faster than mine did, and mine's also downloaded, so
Weird.
Mine is cartridge, so
yeah.
Maybe just your Switch is in slightly better shape? I don't know.
maybe. I mean, I do keep it heated behind a PS4 all. I'm joking. I keep it heated behind a PS5 at all times.
Yeah, just Riek out here poor shaming.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Can't get pest scalpers. We'll just buy from a different site, forehead.
You know, fun fact, I didn't even spend my own money because it was a birthday present.
God damn.
Yeah, it was a birthday present for my family, and they're like, you know what, find a scalper. We'll pay the usual cost, which is like $500. I just paid. Okay, I did pay $100 for it. Wait, is this the one where Flame kidnapped?
What chapter are you on?
This is chapter 4, so no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Because Flame gets kidnapped in chapter 6.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And you can also tell because the music is all funky in chapter 6 too.
Yeah, I do really like that too. That's just a really nice little touch.
It's funny, I can barely remember I can kind of remember the regular monastery music, but I can remember the Flame kidnapped music so much better.
When it
Yeah.
fucking changes, you're like, hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Quests.
To figure out our folk for now, you should also try. Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah. Yeah, that VS2 Iron Man was interesting, because I thought going into it, this is a terrible idea. This game looks absolutely horrendous to Iron Man. No one should do this to himself, and this is probably a terrible idea that I am doing this to myself.
And then you were on chapter 15.
And then I was on chapter 15, and I was like, wait, I'm fine. And I realized, like, chapter 15 was one of the ones I was dreading for the entire game. I get there, and then I clear it deathless without, like, any worries, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
Yeah, I need to just sit my ass down and play VS1.
Yeah, VS1's good. I think VS1's also pretty good for an Iron Man until you get to, like, chapter 17.
Yeah.
Well, I
Which
mean,
is
I'm not
like-
gonna fucking Iron Man in all my first playthrough.
Yeah, hell, never blind Iron Man, but like even in general, VS1's like a pretty good Iron Man game until you get there.
Yeah.
At which point, if you're missing a few certain units, you're just fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. Also,
Like,
just saying hello. Hello, Bruno. Great to see you here.
Yeah.
I actually think if you lose, there's like a few units. If you lose all your like physical melee attackers in chapter 17 that are unmounted, there's only a few of them in that party. You're just soft locked, period.
Well, goddamn.
Which is so depressing. But yeah, that's where the game falls apart for an Iron Man. VS2 only has like one chapter like that, and even then, that chapter's not that hard.
No,
It's just scary.
I mean, after this game, I'm debating whether or not I want to do a tiering saga.
TRS seems like a really good game for an Iron Man.
TRS seems like a really fucking good game to Iron Man, and then there's chapter goddamn 30 fucking 7.
Yeah. I mean,
at that
no,
point,
if you just have like, I guess at that point, just like have Mary. Yeah, just keep Plum alive and don't use Mariel. Deploy Mariel, and then
Yeah.
just Aura Rain.
yeah. Also, glad to see that my Schilling and Stevens Discord is working.
Fuck.
Because that's where my current audience members from. I've got 3 people. Holy shit.
Oh my god. The largest audience of this year.
Oh, chapter. Oh, hey, little kitten. Great to see you.
Professor,
Oh, I'm not
as
off.
for me, I blame all these.
So I nearly debug Lady and Swords into getting past chapter 7 of VS1. Because they've both been on that map for like a month. That map's
Well-
and it's chapter 7, not chapter 5.
I can explain Lady at least. She got Dolphin working on her laptop,
I just wanted to
so
do
she's
Path of
been playing
Radiance.
Path of Radiance, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm just like, you got past chapter 5. What do you mean you're worried? Because chapter 5 is way, way, way more threatening.
I deadass recorded one episode of like VS1, and then I went, nah.
However,
Yeah, I don't
And
feel
I
like it.
just never did it again.
Hmm.
I do want to keep playing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm not.
Just randomly clicking on.
Something
No.
even this? I hear that
Just to
stuff.
see if any of them are interested yet.
Yeah, Rick, with the VS1, you got through chapter 5, right?
I got up to chapter 9.
Okay, yeah. Because, yeah, I feel like after chapter 5, there really aren't that many maps that are much more difficult than it in that game.
Yeah.
that smells.
It's like
This.
chapter 11, chapter 17, and maybe chapter 20, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like, really, there's not that many maps that are just that crazy.
Not really.
Chapter
you're
5,
right.
chapter 5 is the Rude Awakening.
Yeah.
Oh. Professor, deal.
Matt, have you seen what chapter 5 looks like?
No.
Ooh.
I literally played through the very first map and then just stopped.
Okay.
What do you
Okay.
require?
So, whenever you play it and you get there, oh boy.
Farewell.
By the way, since it's a Kaga saga, I'm assuming I'm gonna need like a recruitment guide.
I mean, VS1 recruitments aren't too bad for the most part. There's only a
Yeah.
couple that there's only like 2 that I could see like someone reasonably missing on a blind playthrough.
Yeah, pretty
Like,
much.
there's one in Chapter 7 that you could miss, but there's like, if you miss it, the game has like several indications telling you you're a motherfucker and an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, you can do it without a recruitment guide mostly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, God, I really need to play more Berwick, too. My relationship with Berwick is I really want to play it, but I don't want to play it. You know what I mean?
I feel you there. I feel you there 100. Because that's kind of how I am at times with everyone up. Yeah. That's how I feel with Berwick, especially after playing chapter fucking 10.
Okay, yeah, the city section of 10 main I still think it's stupid, even though I've softened on it a bit.
Lady Rayleigh.
I still think it's kind of stupid.
Chapter 10 can fucking throat me.
Yeah.
Like,
Side missions for Chapter 10 are really good, though.
Is this for
Side
me?
missions-
Side missions for Chapter 10 are like, I guess you haven't gotten them yet, but one of them is, what I admiringly call Ballista Ring Saga,
What?
I would.
which is a really fun map, and it's intense, but it's fun. And there's also Impossible Dream, the desert map, which is just
I've been in town
so
procuring
cool.
Some supplies for Flame. Nothing out of the ordinary. I have something to ask of you.
Head out.
Berwick feels like it has a lot of Thracia's jank, but it's a lot more fun to play than Thracia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of is.
Uruk is like, and well, I've said this before, but there's a lot of things in Thracia that feel like they were designed to make the game more like dynamic to play, so you can't really depend on a single strategy. You have to think on your feet. Thracia just doesn't implement it well.
Yeah.
Thracia was the.
But Berwick looks at that and is like, here's how to actually do it, but to make gameplay that dynamic, it has to fundamentally change everything so stuff can feel really weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I will say this, Thracia, I appreciate what it tried to do, even though it didn't do it well because it was their first. I appreciate whenever a game tries something new. That's why I love Three Houses so much.
I still stand by that I think Thracia's issue was a lot of good to decent ideas that shouldn't not have been put into the same game.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because then you look at Tearing Saga and Berwick Saga, which both use many mechanics which were first in Thracia,
Impressive, right?
Yeah.
and they just do them better.
Yeah.
You can now unlock ornaments. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But it's stuff like, I think the biggest thing from Thracia as well is the fact that to kind of make the game feel more dynamic, it's like the whole system of no guarantees, like the 99-1 thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just this half-assed way to do it. So
Man.
Berwick is just like, nah, fuck you, we're changing the entire combat system and turn system to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
People
get,
are
Just way better.
people are like, the 99-1 system doesn't fucking matter, have never fucking played 1RN.
I
For
love-
fuck's sake.
So, I find it hard.
I love, like, I've got to do
Are we really? If so, I find it hard.
friends.
Yeah, let's throw that shit in the ocean. Oh, wait. Wrong.
I will have to repay you sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them are particularly British, so they don't deserve it. Lorenz may be British. There's a difference.
Yeah, he is a definite upgrade from being British.
If anything, most of these people are probably
Well done.
French.
You have my
Which is like
thanks.
only, which, you know, already puts them into the bad place.
Okay, at least they're like medieval French, so like they're cool French. They're not whatever the fuck France became after the American Revolution.
Yeah.
We really fucked them up. Just unintentionally.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, it was a lot of mutual fucking up.
Yeah, but like,
much.
you know, we got the better end of that bargain exponentially.
Yes, we
And then
did.
we also got the Louisiana purchase, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-1 for us, 4-0 for the French.
Actually, that would be score 3 for us.
Professor.
I didn't have actually, I mean, it was a good decision for everyone, the Louisiana purchase.
I know.
Yeah.
It was great for everyone.
If there's
Well-
anyone that's French watching the audience, I am somewhat sorry we offend you, but actually not.
I mean, okay, it was great for everyone except probably the natives.
I don't
But
care
that-
about
that's just
anyone.
called America.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well,
like,
it also wasn't very good for the British.
I mean, that too, but for the major
Yeah.
parties involved, for the two major parties involved, the Louisiana purchase was a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like basically everything else in colonial America, it was not a good thing for the natives, and the British weren't happy about it either.
Here's an idea.
Yeah, but fuck the British. That was like the entire sentiment at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire sentiment at the time.
I guess it depends on who you ask, though. Because I mean, hell, a lot of the Federalists
In
were
general, but
far
as
more
well,
pro-British.
we have a lot.
They were terrified of the French.
Mm.
Like, oh fuck, Jacobins, they're hell no.
Yeah.
And then there was that situation of where the fucking revolution happened and America just went, what that?
Yeah.
Can I recruit Seoul right now?
No. You can't until chapter 6.
Oh.
The earliest of the church units you can recruit is Catherine if you have like a B support with her in chapter 5.
Actually, no, you can recruit, actually you can recruit them anytime, but actually I found out with Catherine and Shamir you can recruit them as early as chapter 3. It's just you've got to use New Game Plus to get them to A support. And you've got to have be level 5.
Excuse
At
me,
ace.
please don't let her down, okay? I hope you're not.
You literally can't get Catherine for chapter 3. The recruit option isn't there.
Oh, right.
Nor is it in chapter 4.
I thought it was. Okay, never mind.
No, it only appears in chapter 5.
I swore I could, but it's been a while since I've done that cheese. I haven't felt like I needed.
And then Cyril and goth big titty bow lady.
Here,
Hey there.
I love Shamir.
Shamir, yeah, sorry, her name was escaping me. I wanted to say Soleil, but I was like, that's not right at all.
Yeah, no.
No.
Outside the potentially gay part,
There are
but
but sometimes in a
um,
way.
yeah, and Shamir, both Cyril and Shamir are unlocked on in chapter 6. And I don't remember. I think that you unlock Hanneman and Manuela after chapter 7, but I don't actually know.
Chapter 8.
Intriguing.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
They're recruitable in chapter 8 because they can't join the Battle of Elan Long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fun fact, you can't use church unit in that battle. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
the only one that you can use is Flame.
That's because Flame is technically a student of your house.
Yeah, despite having 900 years on you.
Yeah. Also, Little Kitten, if that was a question,
Thanks.
what chapter
That was a big help.
37 comments a question, we were talking about TRS earlier.
Yeah.
And on the
Yeah,
day of
chapter
the
37
riot,
is,
it will be open to the public.
Infamous for being a really sudden and intimidating giant obstacle.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
comes out of
fuck.
nowhere, says, spread your legs, motherfucker, and then it fucks you.
I mean, it's half that and half Golem.
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 Yeah.
It's half the Great Wall of Draco zombies, and other half
I know nothing
Golem.
Alright. There.
We are Legion, for we are Golem.
And
I do find it funny how how chapter 33, the Holmes route, Fire Temple, has some really scary enemies in there, like really powerful death witches. and then you just one-turn it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, beginner sword tournament. Let's go Yuri.
But yeah, I do like maps that feel like giant obstacles. It's just TRS 37 has the
Not too
problem of
shabby.
Golem.
Cool.
Okay,
Golem, and there's like so
so
many enemies.
Bruna says Catherine is recruitable without New Game Plus on Chapter 5. A level 12 Byleth can and a level 9 Byleth can do it with C+.
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 liked meals plus 2 liked gift plus support. It's doable at any difficulty. There's even lost items of hers. Reasonable.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to recruit Catherine in Chapter 5 if you really want to.
Yeah. Also, Yuri's just dominating this arena.
Who's next?
I mean, that's not surprising. I mean, he can't get dominated like he wants to, so he dominates the arena like he wants to.
Odd.
Face it, I'm better than you.
Final. Safe and 3.
Like I was saying before, I love the idea. I love the idea of maps that are just like, here's a giant obstacle. Figure out how the fuck to deal with it. It's just TRS 37 has problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golem spam and having to, and if you don't have a thief, having to wade through the golem in order to get the keys before you can even really deal with the big problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It has a cool problem, but it doesn't pace it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not to mention just the fucking summoners are so annoying.
exactly, yeah. Those are the kind of bad pacing part of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is because you just have to wade through them, and that takes so long with just how many golems and shit they summon per
Yeah.
turn that it just takes way too long, and then you just kind of get bogged down, kind of going through the motions of just slowly killing off the summons.
Yeah.
I know Rhea hates this map, but I think a map that actually does like the here's a giant obstacle, figure out how the fuck to deal with it is Berwick Chapter 9. You see the obstacle at the start, you have to pace. It immediately encourages a fast but cautious pace.
I mean, I hated it before I could fully understand it, but now that I understand it, I've liked it a whole lot.
Sounds like me in VS2 Chapter 20. I played that map first time. I was like, defense map, okay. Guard the choke points. That was a
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah.
I regret my choice. I suffered for
Yeah.
hours because I thought defense map gotta guard the choke points.
Yeah.
Ah.
I do
feel
think
like-
that it is kind of stupid whenever, like, a map's objective doesn't line up at all with the gameplay.
Yeah, that can suck.
I see.
That can really suck. A writing act.
I've
Yeah. And I think, like,
my
and funnily enough, I guess, going back to the topic with the big thing I dislike about Chapter 10 of Berwick is that in that middle section, it's a very unique challenge just based on the enemies, but
Yeah.
you can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like other Fog of War maps, like my favorite map in the game, 12-1, where you have to lower the fact the enemies can't see you either. It's just there. It's
Yeah.
you can't see the enemies. The enemies all have Orco potential. Have fun.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and that's like my big problem with it. And I think it's cool in concept. I think it just needed better execution
I feel like
than just.
Yeah, but you
Don't
can
get
make pretty
jumped.
much anything work with good execution.
I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think, and also another problem with Chapter 10 is that it's like, I think it would be better execution if the, because they do give a little bit of a hint about how it works, but the hint's slightly misleading because of the way they use the preposition from.
Yeah.
They kind of, it'll easily cause the reader to misconstrue it as they'll come out from the buildings and attack you,
Yeah.
but it's more like explicitly attack from the buildings. So,
Mhm.
so what it wants you to think is that the enemies will stay on the buildings. So use that
But
and try to
that's-
like figure them out. But the way the dialogue is, it's a little wonky.
Yeah.
So it, and if the I think if the if the prepositional use had been fixed, I wouldn't have a big problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a TLDR. If you're gonna make complex mechanics like that and have a hint, please be really careful with how the hint is worded.
Yeah. Max, sorry, I'm just organizing the character.
Sorry?
Yeah, right. Three Houses. This is a game.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm just letting you ramble because
It's
I'm
fine.
like, yeah, I'm letting you ramble because what you're talking about is pretty good and on point.
Yeah. It's just like.
Chances. Writing.
Because
Yeah,
I also
like-
think hints are a bigger thing when you can't like directly glean the information you need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I usually prefer it when the game is just like it'll push you in other ways that like aren't
Yeah.
like verbally explicit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's always nice, to be honest.
Mhm. Feels more natural and all that.
There. Jury in brawl. This is good, so it. Sorry, I'm still just looking at everything.
It's
Didn't-
Three Houses.
yeah.
What do you expect?
Yeah, because office brawl act. Okay, so we're just gonna keep him. Just
Great game, but just like how not having fun is an integral part of FE12,
yeah.
all
So,
this bullshit is an integral part of Three Houses.
yeah.
Yeah.
Swords and lances. Okay, swords.
And on the subject of FE12, I think that's one thing that's disappointing, in that in some ways, the misunderstandings are honestly just, at least on occasion, they can just be better than the original.
Yeah.
In a few cases, the misunderstandings are improvements.
That's to me.
But other
Mhm.
times, it's misunderstandings that are still, in my opinion, mostly fun, but oftentimes still direct downgrades.
Yeah.
For right now, Caspar, you're gonna be going Dark Mage.
Like, actually, hell, I think the Medius map in 12 is kind of an improvement because there's more to do. Like, you can't just run up, kill him, and seize.
All right, tea party time.
Although I do think Medius is a bit of a better boss than 3, but
What's the latest, pal?
I think he's a better boss than 3, but I think the map in 12 makes up for having the boss be slightly worse by having, like, more threats to deal with. And if it just wasn't the same problem as other maps, aka ambushed wyverns, it would be great.
Oops.
12 move ambushed wyverns was the worst fucking decision.
What do you know? Really? What do you know?
And I think it's really just the fact that they, not only are they 12 move ambush spawns, but they're 12 move ambush spawns with the highest speed stat of enemies.
Yeah. It can be a bit much.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
And of course, there's FE12 Lunatic, which is just fuck the player.
Lunatic in general
What's the
for
point of
both modes
It's
just fuck the fuck.
Yeah. It's just like. I mean, I think with like
I still
Lunatic
haven't
Reverse, like at least the idea is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like it's a challenge that is designed to be like directly against the player, figure a way through the situation. That could be interesting with more sort of execution, but the way Lunatic already exists, with the concept of just let's take away other player tools
Yeah.
beyond just the combat that make it
I
really
feel like I get it
confusing.
now. I'm really getting
Yeah,
the hang of
pretty
this.
much.
Mastery is with.
Yeah, I think it would be. Honestly, I think that like both of the fucking DSFE games could cut off their higher difficulties. Like if
Yeah,
there
well-
was just a hard mode over like FE1/3, there wouldn't be any issue.
Mhm.
But it's the fact that they go up to like fucking Hard 5 and Lunatic.
Yeah. So FE12 is a lot more extreme with the way it scales its difficulties too,
Yeah.
and stats as well. Like my first playthrough of FE11 was hard too, and I actually found it really fun. I was like, this is a really good balance between difficult but not also not overinflated.
Yeah.
And I had fun with it. If I play the game, maybe I'll go on hard 3, but I'm probably not going to play hard 4 or hard 5, just because they just sound like a lot less fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, I imagine Hard 2 from Shadow Dragon is probably what just a standard hard mode would have looked like.
Yeah.
Like... But if you could do, like, fucking Hard 1 reverse in FE12, I think that the idea would have worked better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just, honestly, the lunatic modes have a good idea, but I feel a lot of them are very bad in execution.
Yeah. Like, the only lunatic difficulty I actually enjoy is, you know, fucking Conquest.
Yeah. There. And battle.
Yeah.
Honestly, there needs to be a little bit of, like, honestly, I would love it if like, we brought back the hard modes from Shadow Dragon, like hard 1 to progressively harder modes.
Mm-hmm.
Or just fucking, you know, if we're fucking, like, Hiroshima bombing to...
Maddening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, stop adding in fucking ambush spawns as a hard mode mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hard 5, Bruna. Yeah, hard 5 after chapter 4 becomes fun because of the fucking wings. Also, yeah, Conquest Lunatic is actually balanced.
Conquest Lunatic is, in my opinion, one of the most fun things you can do in Fire Emblem, if you want to really test your skill.
Yeah.
Because it's a ball buster. It is extremely difficult. But there's only, like, 2 maps that I could ever call unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilda, unhappy. Hilda doesn't need. She used Iron Axe.
It's something too that's like, I guess it's like, I'm usually at least somewhat fine with ambush spawns if there's at least some way, and there's a warning about them.
Yeah.
It can be like multiple types of warnings, but when ambush spawns become difficulty mechanic, that's when they lose any real sense of
Value as
design.
a game mechanic.
Yeah.
That.
Much.
Like, one of the dumbass moves I did in my VS2 Ironman is one chapter, chapter 18, where there's a couple castles, one inside a forest and then across the river on another one. As you approach them, they get ambush spawns, but of course, one's in the forest, the other one's on the other side of a river. So the ambush spawns in the forest won't ever be able to reach you when you get close, so you can see them coming. And then the ones on the other side of the river, they're on the other side of the river. You can see them. I just made the idiot move of thinking I wouldn't die to them, and I lost 2 units.
Yeah.
Because I'm stupid. But that's like reasonable ambush spawns. When it's unreasonable shit like FE5 Chapter 20, which is, with the exception of 1 round of ambush spawns, a really fun map.
Yeah, pretty much. There it is. A really.
Like,
Let's go.
I think the only game that did ambush spawns, like, perfectly that I've played is like FE4, but that's because it did them so differently from every other game that has them. Because in FE4, it doesn't fucking matter that they move immediately.
Yeah.
Because they're usually so far away from you that them moving immediately is just getting them a little bit closer so you can fight them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who, me?
It's why FE5 is a really... Or FE4. FE4
Yep.
did their best games for...
If you want to call them ambush spawns, with only like 1 or 2 exceptions I can think of, Berwick does a fantastic job with it, but that's if you want to call them ambush spawns,
Sure
but it's a gray area in that game.
I mean, are you talking about like when like Chapter 9 like guy?
No, I mean like, like just reinforcements in general, they act when they show up, but because of the turn order, you always act first.
Yeah.
Like, because of the turn order, it makes it work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd
Unless
class
it's-
that into a similar spot as like FE4.
Need a hand?
Yeah,
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's like it's a very specific symptom, so it's, even though it works, it's the problem of it's not really an example you can look to about it being a good way to do ambush spawns because it's so fundamentally different.
Yeah, like, I do think that FE4 is a more general example of how ambush spawns can work, of, like, if they're far enough away to where they aren't instantaneous threat,
Yeah.
then they can work. It's mostly just a matter of when, like, you don't really have that reaction time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way FE6 Chapter 7 handled reinforcements. You know they're coming. Careful, no. I will, as much as I don't really care for FE6, I will agree there that Chapter 7's ambush spawns.
Chapter 7's the one where you get, like, all the calves that show up out of, like...
Yeah, it's where you get the alien
Yeah.
calves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that map did it well, because you're told that there's reinforcements coming.
Yes, exactly.
Like, it's not even, like, a sly thing. No, they just very explicitly tell you, reinforcements are coming from here.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Happy? Taskbar. Actually, burn that mother. But yeah, honestly, as much flack as I would give FE6, when it does a good map, it does a good map.
Good enough
Yeah,
for me.
like, you know, FE6 has one of the contenders for the absolute worst map in the series.
Oh, hands down. Oh,
I mean, everyone does. Chapter 14 is god-awful.
oh yeah.
I think 14X is infinitely worse, but okay.
Well,
I
14...
fucking despise 14X.
Yeah.
It's okay, everyone else does too.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like,
It's just that 14X, you can avoid getting, at least.
I'm in the boat that, like, Chapter 14 is a shitty blind map, but it's a perfectly fine map on a repeat playthrough. It's just, it deserves to have points against it because it's kind of shitty on blind.
yeah.
Well, I stand by the concept of that if it's, like, god-awful on a blind playthrough, then it's a pretty mediocre map at best.
Yeah.
Because obviously the design isn't terribly player-friendly, or else it would be fine on a first playthrough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, that's why I don't put much stock in the, oh, Thrasia's fine on the second playthrough! Because it's like, okay.
But yeah, like we know, like Thrasia's maps don't really change even if you're doing this. Like Manster's like one of the only few I can see of you know what you're doing, it's much more bearable. Even then.
Like, Manster's really cool in concept. But I kind of hate that, like, the first 3 chapters of Thracia is one of the best introductions for an FE game, like, ever.
Yeah.
Like, those 3 maps are very fun and do a very good job of introducing you to the mechanic.
I expected.
And then you just get tossed into Manster.
Pretty much, yeah.
And the game says, oh, you want to have fun playing a video game? And if you answer yes, then Kaga kicks you in the nuts personally.
No, that's playing
Honestly-
Berwick Chapter 10.
I mean, honestly, I'm far less of a fan of some of Thracia's mid-game chapters than Manster. I like Manster. I just think mid-game chapters have the flaws of Manster, but lose out on some of the things that make Manster interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, again, Manster is very interesting. It's just not super well done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Thanks much.
God damn it. I've been playing too much Ark, so I keep trying to crouch with C instead of control.
What are you playing right now, Matt?
Fallout New Vegas.
The last good Fallout game.
Did it come out before or after 3?
After.
Okay. Because, God, was it really New Vegas than 4?
Yes.
Jesus. Talk about a massive visual upgrade, but a total gameplay downgrade.
Okay, I will say this. I actually hate the visuals of Fallout. Like,
I don't like them either.
Thank you. They feel too bright for me.
I definitely prefer, from, like, at least a personal standpoint, the, fucking, what's it called? The general visuals of,
Fallout.
of New Vegas, yeah.
Vegas, yeah.
Because it does feel a lot more gritty, which it really should.
Yeah. Really should, but like again, like that's my biggest. I hate when a game of a franchise decides we're gonna change the entire tone. And
Yeah,
not
like,
there's a game one of my favorite childhood RPG series called Wild Arms. Wild Arms, it's Western mixed with sci-fi mixed with fantasy.
mhm.
Then you get to Wild Arms 4. Let's just throw all that out and make it a sci-fi.
Yeah, that don't sound terribly fun.
Yeah, no. Cat.
Stronger than this?
Gain some magic.
That's fucking dead. Oh wait, is it like an item?
When in doubt, it's probably an item. I forget that Fury just has a godly speed.
Already
Yeah.
knows what a speed stat is.
Oh my god, he's
Luck
the
is
only
on
unit
my
in your
side.
army that does.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Although I'm glad that Happy knows what it's. Shit with axes. Something that could help poor Constance out. There we go. Oh, broke, whatever, I can just get a new. Actually, I've not unlocked repairing yet. Chapter.
Yeah.
But,
I owe you one.
You know one, like, small improvement that would make Three Houses so much easier to play?
but,
If they just made Anna not say something every single time you bought something from prep screen.
oh
Is that
god.
the one?
That's a Koei Tecmo issue in general. Koei Tecmo does that for every
That's fair.
like Three Houses. It's noticeable in Three Houses for people that have never played a Koei Tecmo game in their life.
Yeah, I think, I wasn't really interested in playing with the Koei Tecmo to begin with, but yeah, that's just a turn off.
And no, like Fire Emblem Warriors does the same thing.
Well, you generally spend less time doing that in Warriors. So
Yeah.
plus in Warriors you get to just sell a lot of shit all at once. So you only hear it like one time.
Yeah, in Three Houses, you've got to sell things multiple times.
I think it's
Mm-hmm.
Physic. Hell yeah.
If you don't return to something familiar with Manster, the way I view the maps is 4. I'm down to clown with 4. 4 is pretty neat. 4X, it's fog. It's Thracia Fog. Thracia Fog sucks. Moving on.
Yep.
It's Thracia Fog. It's one of the better Thracia Fog maps, but it's still Thracia Fog.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Chapter 5, mostly down to clown, except for the fact that you have to wait 8 million years to get the magic ring, and also the fact that there's just because of the way enemy variance is, there's just a small chance that Nana will just always die.
Yeah.
Those things are not cool. Other than that, chapter 5, pretty cool. Chapter 6, I mean, I think that's the way I guess chapter 6 and 7 as well, as I like those. It's just really, chapter 5 is a couple of questionable decisions, and 4X is why.
Pretty much.
But really, I don't. I'm pretty lenient on Manster as a whole. I enjoy most of it. It's just, it really would have been a lot better if movement variance didn't exist.
Yeah.
Because that would make the problems in 5 and 4X just not problems. Because at least in 4X, there's like that whole thing where you can see there's an armor and a mage, so so it's like there's more of these guys in the fog, but then suddenly they just have extra points of move, and then you get fucked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if they didn't have extra points of move, then it would be a really interesting indicator, because then you could map out all of the ranges consistently.
so much.
Yeah, those maps just kind of got fucked by Thracia design.
They really did.
Yeah, good old fucking Thracia Fog.
Kaga does Fog of War 2 times. First time he does it, it's the worst incarnation of Fog there is. Second time he does it, it's the best incarnation of Fog there is. Kaga proceeds to never touch Fog of War again.
And God bless him for it. If it was Berwick Fog, maybe I wouldn't mind, but I'd rather just not deal with Fog.
Yeah.
Berwick Fog is honestly really good. Also, can I just say, like, going back to Three Houses, you know how, like, perfects give you, a chance, like, refill your, motivation meter?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish, because of how RNG reliant they are, that every perfect, you know, especially...
Well, then you would get into these cycles of where, because perfects are more common on, like, good stats...
Yeah.
Where you just kind of infinitely get to level that stat.
Yeah.
I mean, fair.
Because perfects on a, like, talent stat, not talent, but, like, one of the up stats, are fairly common.
That's fair. Ooh. I've now made that budding talent. Ants. Yeah.
Like, if they were to do that, they'd have to make perfects, like, a 5% chance at absolute maximum.
True. Max.
And right now they're, like, 20 or something. For, like, an increased stat.
Yeah.
Then I think Professor Expertise increases it a little bit, too.
I think so, yeah.
Glad I put in.
Okay, you made a good point. But I just wish, because of, like, how insane stats get, like, how insane the requirements to level them up.
Yeah, but that's... They'd also have to change just how easy it is to increase them even late game.
That went.
Yeah.
Because if you set the same thing for,
Thanks for
like, all of your training sessions, and you did it for, like, their focus,
Yeah.
that shit can go from A to S very quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a matter of focusing on it. And early game, it would just break the game.
Yeah.
You'd have fucking A-rank lances on Dimitri by the time you get to, like, chapter 4.
Yeah.
True that.
And it's not like fucking Dimitri needs the goddamn help.
Really doesn't. Funny, but he really doesn't.
He's already arguably like the best unit in the game and one of the best in the series.
Yeah.
So, like, he's only sort of rivaled by Edelgard and Byleth.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so funny hearing the name Hilda whenever you're doing an FE4 playthrough.
Yeah. Especially because
It's
Hilda's
like-
become one of the more beloved characters of this game. So, like,
Mhm.
you know, someone that's never played FE4 and you're like, I hate Hilda. Get the Hilda Three Houses fans all up in a fucking tit.
You know, I'm over here just like casually simping for VS Hilda.
Well, that's because you're a Kaga simp in general.
I mean, but yeah, but VS Hilda is just awesome. I need to find her opening lines because they're so good.
Yeah. There. So, Anna's real quick.
Oh
Excellent.
shit.
Because yeah, VS Hilda is a total foul mouth. Like a total hothead foul mouth.
I
That's
like-
also just a badass.
I mean, I'm down for badass mouth.
Yes. And she's also a pink hair lady. Like Three Houses Hilda.
Oh my god.
So- Yes.
I cannot
Hilda's
wait.
great.
This is only in Vistaria 2, right?
No, VS1. She's
Yes,
in-
one. Okay, cool.
she's in VS1. Yeah, her first lines are... once again, I need to go find her first lines. They're too good.
But yeah, like, man, I'm so fucking hyped for potential Neutral remakes.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, if we got those, that would be hype.
Yeah.
Like, I just really hope that IS doesn't take anyone who's talking about how to rebalance the game or anything seriously.
Or talks about censorship. If
Fuck.
anyone that talks like that can shut the holy fuck up.
Like,
Yeah.
I could see the translation getting censored a bit. But that wouldn't be on IS's fault.
I don't even see it being censored at all because, like, the thing is that Three Houses has the bloody pile of fucking Nemesis in the intro. We
Yeah.
have all of the, fucked up shit with Orson in Sacred Stones.
The thing is, those are fucked up, but they're not the... They're, like, objectively evil things.
Yeah,
They're
but-
not the sort of moral oddities where it's like, these aren't bad people, but the things they're doing are terrible.
Yes,
Honestly,
but at the same time,
But I can also see that being the reason for them not censor anything at all.
yeah, I don't think they're gonna censor anything at all. Like,
I think the most they might do is
yeah,
they might, like, they might not be so flamboyant with, like, just calling them child hunts.
Yeah, they'll
In the
probably be a
West?
little less explicit.
they'll probably call them like
Saying it.
youth hunts or something. Or something
Yeah.
like that.
not as hard
Or-
as I thought.
We'll just find some way to be less explicit about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
I
that-
doubt that they'll, like, full-on censor it or
I'm getting
anything,
it.
but
Am I starting to
I
master
I
this?
would not be surprised in the slightest
Oh, that's
if
that's
they were a little
warms
less
my heart.
explicit with, you know, the possibilities of incest and all the other bullshit. And
I feel like they're gonna
FE4.
keep. I feel like because Fate's the fucking door full open. Fate's through the fucking door full open. You can't
yeah, but Fates at least had the excuse of, okay, you're not actually related. Everyone would have that.
FE4 didn't have
Once again,
that.
FE4 does the whole it's incest that brings back basically the devil.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Yeah,
No, I'm
because-
not meaning with Arvis and Deirdre.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean other stuff like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm meaning like Sylvia and Claude.
Yeah.
And like Sylvia and Claude are very obviously siblings whenever you look at their story.
Well, they're distant cousins. Or is it?
I thought that they were siblings.
It's like it's weird because it's like implied it's like the implication is that they're like siblings.
Yeah.
At the same time, all the resources were like they're not siblings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's out of game stuff. So it would just be like there's really easy ways to make that implication not be there.
I think that they'd probably just make it to where it's like Holin and Aira, where like they're so distantly related that it's not really incest.
Yeah. The thing is that I feel like it's kind of, in all honesty, really like a complete, utter, really non-issue that they can just under the rug.
Again, it's a non-issue in some areas, but it might just be them playing it safe in the West.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
Like,
Also-
I just
go
think that they'd probably change the explicit. Again, it's like with the child hunts. I think that they'll just make it less explicit.
Yeah.
Also, Rick, I found some of the opening lines from VS Hilda.
Oh, nice.
So, because like the intro scene is where like she and the woman she's traveling with, Leonka, are about to basically being accosted by bandits. One of them basically threatens her to give him her purse, and then she responds with, "Haha, yeah, that is funny, because I'd sooner shove my purse up a goat's ass than give it to you. Then again, you look like you've been inside a goat's ass a few times before, so I might want to pick a better hiding place."
Oh my god.
Like,
That's just...
that sounds great, first off. But also, I have to send you this image, Rick, for what I mean by just the sheer amount of incest in FE4
I know the sheer amount
that you can make happen.
I know the sheer amount. Because I've played
Like-
the game.
It's fucking no, but like it's absurd. Especially, this was from a binary LP, but their whole purpose was let's see how fucked up we can make the game.
Yeah. That sounds like a binary. That sounds like people memeing on binary.
But yeah, it's pretty impressive what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's oh yeah, right after that too, there's a line where she Hilda basically tells the bandits to go fuck themselves.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I just need to include that because, my god, those lines are so good.
Kaga's always been a pretty darn good dialogue writer, at very least.
He always has.
So I'm looking at the lines in Steven's old LP, and of course the title of the video is "Marry Me, Hilda."
Steven's a fucking sub, and we all fucking know it.
Yeah. Alright. And...
Steven, if you ever watch this, this is a call-out post.
Yeah, even if you watch
You need a
this,
goddamn intervention.
I did not expect much from the dining hall, but this does not.
And that's coming from me.
Sorry you sent, Matt. Why are there just two random FE5 portraits in the exact fucking middle of it?
It's because it's for binary, and binary uses a couple FE5 portraits.
Oh, it uses
Yeah.
those ones specifically.
Yeah.
I was just like, why the fuck is it only those two and only in the exact middle?
Yeah, it's because they just use FE5 portraits for those two characters.
yeah.
It's kind of weird and arbitrary, but it works.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I had it. I can...
You know what I think would be really cool with an FE4 remake?
What?
What if they, like, did the FE4 manga again?
That would be interesting. Well,
I don't know if they would, but it would be interesting.
I mean, here's the thing, like, the Echoes included stuff from the Gaiden manga.
That checks out.
Like it's very minor references, but still there. Like you know Cliff's line about being skewered, all on the same lance.
Yeah.
That's based on his death in the manga.
Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, because in the manga, he while trying to save Silk, he gets speared in the back by Desai in Act 3.
Poggers.
So, and also, Alm and the Deliverance do the most metal fucking thing after that. They rip off Desai's head and put it on a pike in front of the portrait.
Jesus.
Yes.
Poggers.
You see him fucking
Bikers.
beg for his life after they defeat him, and they're just like, no mercy, head on a pike, mother.
Thanks.
I just saw the fucking top right corner of the chart I sent. I didn't know you could do that.
I'll need to look at that chart in a bit.
I didn't know you could do either of those things. You might not be able to in vanilla FE4.
Oh, what
Like
is it?
the top right or the top left.
Alright, I gotta take a look real quick now, cause got me. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of these you can't do. Some of these are like explicitly off limits though. So
I know that Self and Julia is possible in binary, like normally,
Yes.
instead of being glitch based. And I know that you can make Altena finally get dick.
Yeah, you can. Alright, so this will be our last mission for the month. Stream. Because we did 2 chapters, a whole bunch of grinding. We're good. But we'll take care of this shit, and then we're gonna end
The rite of rebirth is
the Earth, whatever. This month's God. I remember when people started hacking the game regularly, and I'd see like fucking Barbarossa on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, people hacked the game to make it so Barbarossa could be unlocked super early.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fixed that because it was like, no.
Yeah, whenever people first discovered how to hack Three Houses was a funny, chaotic time.
Yeah.
But it was so fun to see. Actually,
Fuck, all this... Every time I fucking stream with anyone, I want to play FE4 afterwards.
that's because we talk about it. That's because we talk about it at length.
Yeah.
It just becomes fun.
Indeed.
Also,
You know, when we're talking about like the obstacles, the pacing of fighting big like obstacles in front of you, FE4 does that really well.
Oh, yeah.
like that's one of the best things about FE4's map design is when it combines like a good pacing with a tough obstacle.
Goddamn Cross Knights.
the
yeah.
Cross Knights.
Like-
yes.
I think one of the FE4's biggest strengths in that area is that threats feel exactly as threatening as they should.
Yeah.
ready and willing.
Like, even into Gen 2, when you have all the child units, like, the things that are meant to feel threatening still feel threatening.
They do. Just so fun.
Like, but by the end of Gen 2, you know, those threatening things, they can be dealt with a lot easier than they could have been earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Because you've got, you know, the reincarnations of the Crusaders, if you were to believe, like, the hearsay in-world.
Pretty much, yeah. Also, I'm just going straight forward because that...
I'm on it.
Yep.
No, just casually. walk
Honestly,
past
the
that
shit
nice-
in the chest just isn't worth it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Also, are you going to try to kill the Death Knight?
No.
Coward.
I may be insane, but I'm not that mentally challenged.
Pussy!
I'm not gonna be fucking...
Me.
If I do that, it'll probably be on New Game Plus, or it'll probably be like a secondary run because here's the thing, with my run, Byleth's stuff will be carried over no matter what. Like, so the current ranks up and down and everything.
I don't take.
I'm getting a...
Okay. Marianne, physics.
You know, this just isn't relevant to like anything. But the conversation we're having in the server, what Pewing just said is very funny because I'm reminded of the orange in TF2.
Oh.
Orange.png, that if it's removed from the files, the game doesn't launch.
Wait, really?
Yes, there is an orange.png file that if it is removed, causes the game to just entirely refuse to launch.
That's actually hilarious.
Like, I don't even think it gives, like, an error message or anything. It just refuses to launch.
That is pretty awesome.
Which, from my limited knowledge of coding, means that it probably is just a straight up, if like, the file isn't there, it just crashes immediately.
Yeah.
With no error report, because it's just automatically closing.
I mean, TF2 stuff is just completely awesome. Like, there's an old meme I like to pull up about, like, Overwatch lore versus TF2 lore, where it's like, and here is Shakespearecles, the strongest poet to ever live.
Yep.
Inventor of the rocket boom. He could never get past the obstacle of stairs. So he invented, or he could never get past the obstacle of stairs. So he invented rocket boom. I'm just like...
Which is a fucking mood, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, just stuff like that. I love ridiculous shit like that. Tempest Lance.
Bonk.
I know that I'm using Sylvain's lances, but he hasn't learned magic yet. They can attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to just...
That's another thing that I think would be nice if they just changed the D rank spells to E+.
Please, yeah. Or hell, you know, just start everyone off with one default spell of both.
Wait.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Just fucking heal and, like, either fire or wind.
Yes. That would be so much easier. Okay, that guy only has healing. Okay. Odd. Right there. Right there, but yeah. Because once I actually get a spell, I get a spell to use with Sylvain, is not going to
Use his lance.
he's not going to use
Well, I
his
can
lance.
guarantee you, you can't stop him from using his lance. You can stop him from using an equipped lance.
Yes. And that right. We hit.
I don't know why, Matt. That just made me think of the typo in TRS. It's a party, Roger. It's normal for men to ask the women to lance. Why'd
I just imagine Ward saying that?
Like, Ward would genuinely say that as a misspeak.
Probably would, all things considered.
It would be like, wait, shit, that's not right.
Hold up. Honestly, I'd fucking love to see banter between Ward and Eugen.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Give me that shit, actually. Just straight up. Give me that.
Eugen would just instantly berate him for being a bad father. That's just what Eugen would do.
Oh, he
Eugen
would.
just berates everyone. Eugen is the advisor equivalent of like a 13-year-old who is like
Eugen is
Who
the
has
advisor
no
equivalent of a
filter?
fucking tsundere.
No, but he has no filter for what he says, but he's really good at understanding people's insecurities. Like he is the exact representation of like what a 13-year-old would be like as an advisor, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
I mean, that's just true, though, to be... That's just true, though.
Just fucking Eugen just over here roasting the shit out of Ward.
God, I would love that.
Christine and fucking Albert in the corner going,
What the fuck?
do we need to buy a coffin?
Okay, Death Knight will not attack.
Nope, he won't attack unless you attack him.
Good.
Or I believe if you stand in his attack range.
Yeah.
But his
It is
attack
one-
range is only one tile.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Just because he has counter doesn't mean he can, you know, actually attack with that range.
If he could, that would be fucking...
you could end the run right here.
Just misclick. Aw, fuck.
Just fucking end it.
Okay, I need to do this just for my safety. I wouldn't do this otherwise, but my safety is...
The reinforcements haven't.
I would have fucking laughed if you misclicked.
Yeah, that would have been funny. That would have been a fun way to end the night. Oh, hey, Claude, did Claude just dodge at 85?
Yes.
Curious.
Click, miss, click, miss, click.
Miss.
Attack the Death Knight, attack the Death Knight!
I refuse.
Nah, Claude wants to smash.
Back in every smash.
Level 9. Nice.
I expected.
Claude's not in range of the Merc Boy, right?
Is, but... You forget. I
Okay,
am...
you do have Physic.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Claude does not get doubled by the Merc Boy, correct?
He doesn't... He doesn't even get reached by the Merc.
Oh, he wasn't in range. Okay, good.
Fast Strike. Or I could Steel Lance.
You know?
Steel Lance, risk the miss.
Yes!
Steel Tempest Lance. That's why the hell not?
Oh man,
You know something funny about my Steam library?
what?
So I have Elder Scrolls 3, 4, 5, and 5 Special Edition. I've played Morrowind, which is 3, for 80 minutes. Because it is not a fun game to play for me.
That's fair.
I've played Oblivion, which I can firmly say is my favorite of them all, for 31.9 hours.
Oh no, and then Skyrim.
I played Skyrim Special Edition for 30.4 hours. I played
Nice.
Skyrim for 534 hours.
I knew
That's-
that was coming.
That
I
does
knew
not
that was
shock me.
coming. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, nothing in my library has fucking anything on Terraria.
Yeah.
1,266.1
God damn.
hours.
So it's almost as much time I got from CS:GO from like duo queuing with a single friend of mine for like years.
That's a fucking mood. I wish I had a friend that would duo queue with me in League.
Yeah.
But fucking Sean's too much of a monkey.
Sorry.
Oh, apparently at some point I surpassed my playtime in Borderlands 3 with my playtime in Ark.
Dang.
Checks out.
How much time do you have in Ark now?
So keep in mind that a month ago, I had 3 hours in Ark.
Uh-oh.
3. I now have 228.
Oh my god. I've had Ark for so many years and have played it for so many years, and you already almost have half of that in a month.
Yeah, I kind of got horribly addicted to the game for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, no
And I
kidding.
still play it a lot every day,
I
so...
mean, sounds like you do, man.
Like, I think the second... Here, I can actually, like, just check this. Okay, so my top 3 games played in terms of hours. Which, if you know anything about me and the things I just told you, the 3 are pretty obvious. Terraria at number 1 with 1,266. Borderlands 2 at 712 hours. And Skyrim at 534. Then it's Bloons Tower Defense at 362. Well, BTD 6 in particular. Stardew Valley hit 267, apparently on the dot.
Huh.
And Ark with 228. And that's my like top 6.
See, my top one is CS:GO because I've got like 1,400 hours in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I started back in like 2015 and just played it all the time for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's Brawlhalla because one of my friends and I we played that game back at like when it came out into like back in the closed beta days.
Mm-hmm.
So my friend and I were always competing with each other with it. So I've got like 700 hours there. After that, it's Ark, then Path of Exile, then Binding of Isaac.
Fair enough. Where is Binding of Isaac for me? Okay, it's like, so 6, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is my 15th most playtime.
How much hours? How many hours?
87.6.
I've got 355.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like beat all the bosses with Isaac, and then I just stopped playing, basically.
Yeah, I've got to Platinum God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also, we just finished the chapter, and hey, no deaths again.
Oh
Yay.
my god. It's almost like Three Houses is really easy to avoid deaths on if you're good.
Yeah.
Which is really impressive for you, Riek.
Fuck you, but yeah. But yeah, this game... But we're still only on chapter 5 out of...
22.
Yeah.
So hey, you know, this might be... It'll probably get harder from here, but...
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
Mhm.
4,000, nice.
Cool.
But yeah, so we're gonna reach the save point and then we're gonna end the stream,
I haven't.
Yes.
because...
Oh yeah, that's right. After Binding of Isaac, it's a Gmod for me.
Man, I never got into Gmod.
Well, that's great. If you have the group of people who you'll just like play anything with you, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it seems like one of those games that's good if you have friends. I have 20 hours in it.
Yeah. I've got 315.
Fair enough. I will also add on that my Terraria playtime is probably cut in half because that doesn't include modded.
Yeah, that's fair.
About right. Also, just letting you guys know that we have reached the end of the stream. So, thank you guys. Thank you, Matt and Spara, for coming on. Thank you to the audience that came by. I know the school is about to start. Like, yeah. Well, actually, Runa, Chapter 7 has, the Battle of Eagle and Lion. Chapter 7 has casual mode implemented.
Yeah.
So just don't get Byleth or Claude killed and you're fine.
Don't get Byleth or Claude killed. But overall, I would say that this was pretty fun. I love having you guys around.
Fuck. You get on to conversations between good map design and incest. Gotta love it.
And also, if there's anyone new that's been watching from the shadows, feel free to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch. I'm like 20 away from being able to become an affiliate.
Cool.
Yeah.
So once I reach 50 there, I can start having subscribers on Twitch and get money off that.
Pog.
Also, if you do like what I've been doing and want to support it, there's a tip jar in the description. So, till then, this has been the Great Riek with Spara.
Yep.
And Matt.
I am depressed.
And
It's here.
And I will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central with Final Fantasy for the After Year.